Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Follicle Follies. There's really nothing to talk about in drag race these days, so it's back to Follicle Follies. This is a segment where I talk about all things hair science, hair news, and my favorite products, alright? So if that's something you want to see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for post notifications. Alright, let's get going. Now, to start off with the hairlines. This article in New York Post interested me really recently. You know, in Japan, they still have all these rules for people on how they can wear their hair. Okay, apparently, wearing a ponytail exposes the nape of the neck, which excites Japanese businessmen. So Japanese schoolgirls aren't allowed to wear ponytails in some places. So that's really archaic. This is really almost like the ankle revealing things of the 1920s and the 1930s. In many parts of the world, it's still so difficult to express yourself in a different way, especially when it comes to your hair. In some places in Japan, you can't even have non-black hair. You have to have black hair. Even if you're born with lighter or brown hair, they make you dye it black. This promotes uniformity and conformity, which really hampers expression in Japan, which is probably why Japanese people are so good at expressing themselves crazily, okay, in Harajuku, and even in their porn, they're all really, letting loose in these places. Alright, and up next, hair-raising science. For hair-raising science this week, I thought I would go into a bit of anthropology. This article caught my eye. There's this kid with this really frizzy hair, okay, this white boy with really frizzy hair. They're diagnosed as uncombable hair syndrome. Okay, uncombable hair syndrome has been described in the literature for a while, and basically it's a mutation in one of the hair keratins that causes the hair to be frizzy and uncombable, okay? And this is considered a disease in white people. There is this tinge of racism going on here because most black people and Afro-Caribbean people have hair texture just like this. And the science that I really want to highlight is by Tina Lasisi. She's a PhD student of Nina Jablonski. Nina Jablonski did this whole anthropological thing about skin pigmentation and how it evolved out of Africa. And Tina Lasisi did the same thing for hair. You know how people usually describe frizzy hair in really, really derogatory terms, sometimes frizzy, uncombable, messy, matted, and stuff like that. That's actually quite racist. If you think about it, how you describe hair really reflects how you feel about the race that's associated with it. For black people, the stylists and everything have come up with their own way of describing hair. The 1A to 4C method, okay, which describes how straight and kinky your hair is and how fine or coarse it is. This is more objective, but it doesn't really tell you what's going on. We don't know how hair texture is actually produced these days, but it does seem why in humans hair is only left on our scalp head. Okay, Tina Lasisi suggests that the hair on the scalp is retained because it's there to keep the head cool. Alright? When we were taught that hair was left on the scalp to keep cool because of evolution, everyone thought that's ridiculous. The hair is so thin and everything, it's not going to keep the brain cool. But if you think about it, in Africa, that's where the hair on the scalp originated. People used to have huge afros and huge frizzy hair, and that actually traps air and keeps the brain cool. So that's amazing, the way that African hair is a result of this amazing feat of evolution. Alright, and we have to think about how beautiful afros are actually. Check out Tina Lasisi's work. Okay, there's an article I'm going to link down below. And next, in the Wig Watch, okay, I've been really, really excited about Double D Wigs. Double D Wigs actually did Jasmine Candy's Meet the Queens look and Candy Muse's very structured waves thing. I saw this really amazing ponytail, okay, for Valentine's Day where it is interlocking hearts, okay? So this is a really talented wig maker, and, watch out for next Valentine's Day, maybe I'll try something like this. Okay, so check them out, Double D Wigs. And next in the product basement, and it's a basement because I'm not sponsored, you know what really, really helps teasing stuff? This stuff, okay? This is basically teasing powder, and I've really found this really useful lately, and a little bit of it really helps you pack on the teasing in the hair. I only relied on hairspray at one point, but now a little bit of this and a little bit of hairspray really helps you tease a wig. So all you drag queens out there, get your hands on some of these teasing powder. Alright, and that's this episode of Follicle Follies. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok where I'm going to do a few interesting things there, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Monet Exchange.